Absolutely. And a greater point on that, there are certain things that may not necessarily show up in your first consolidated P&L, where if you know there's an issue with the business, it's better to be upfront than it is to try to hide it, because we are going to find it. We do enough diligence where we're not going to buy a business without understanding every aspect of it. So, whether it's a lack of a trademark, despite the fact that you have brand registry 2.0, or if it's, a litigation claim that came at you, which doesn't necessarily show up, or there was a delisting for some reason, we're going to uncover all of that. And we would much rather have you tell us about it than us uncover it, similar to how if the financials aren't fully consolidated, it just doesn't look good. And it kind of makes you start questioning what else can potentially be hidden here. Where if you tell us up front, you probably won't get as big of a ding because you're being honest with us. We can understand what's happening there. And it just helps move the process forward quicker as well.
Very good. I'm going to stop sharing on the financials unless you've got anything else to add.
No, I think we've talked through that.
Okay, cool. So you talked a little bit about some other data that you like out of Seller Central. It's not uncommon for me to get a request from a buyer that's asking for some different reports. You mentioned some SKU level. Are there some other reports that's helpful for you in your evaluation process that you can highlight?
Yeah, I mean, we use a variety of tools, right? There's a bunch of them out there, and I think most people have them on the seller side also already using them, which is to figure out what is your keyword ranking, where are you looking in terms of BSR. You can track your other competitors who are ranking, what's going on there. So as we think about review mode, where you land on the page, we'll dig in a lot there. There's several tools that can be used. We've used a few of them in the past, and still use a few of them depending on what deal we're looking at. We also will look into the brand health of the business. That's actually super important, and we always request Amazon Seller Central as we access, and as we go in there, that's where you see some of the delistings where I mentioned earlier, which we're going to uncover. That's where you see any issues that you've had with Amazon. That's where you get into the IPI score, the inventory score, which is becoming super important as you come into Q4, and there's already issues with inventory getting into Amazon. So all of those reports are something we're going to look through and uncover, depending on the business and depending on how quickly we're moving. We'll be at certain different stages, but most of that is usually done pre-LOI to get a sense of the business and where it sits.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?